Well, guys, there's actually more. There's more of this shit. Great, we're gonna react to that. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ref here. So it's been a very crazy 48 hours, especially on Twitter. It's been an eye-opening
Yeah,
experience.
yeah,
We've
yeah.
seen
It's been,
people go
it's been, it's been
completely masked
ridiculous.
off over an event relating to American politics. Now, what
It
was that
has been
event? Well, very
ridiculous.
quickly to summarize, on Saturday there was an assassination attempt against former President
Yes.
Donald Trump. Miraculously, he would only be grazed in the ear by one of the bullets, and the shooter was immediately dispatched. However, the
Yeah.
unfortunate news is that an innocent bystander had their life taken
Yeah,
by
that
a
is
stray
sad.
bullet. Now, the
That is very
reaction to
sad.
this on social media, Twitter in particular, has been absolutely disgusting. And as Chibi Reviews here
Yes,
points out,
it has
has been
been.
an eye-opening experience to see how many people lack a
Absolutely,
moral compass.
absolutely.
People on Twitter
There's
were
more of this. This is gonna be
glorifying
interesting.
and encouraging acts of violence like we saw on Saturday against people who they have different political views than. It is absolutely disgusting what people are saying. And
Yep, it
from
is.
all over. All walks
I could
of life,
vomit
people are
at this
saying
shit.
these crazy things. You have people even like Jack Black.
Yeah, that was disappointing. That was rather disappointing. Yeah. Yep. That was horrendous. I saw that on Twitter. That was horrible. Yeah. That man is also not a good man.
Next time the shooter better not miss. And yesterday I spent some time and talked about what's going on in the VTuber scene. A lot of people
that was
were
fun.
making various comments in the VTubing scene about this event. Very disgusting comments. We saw some mainly from Tricky, but we covered some other VTubers
Tricky,
as well. And today we're going to do just
Coco,
that. We're going to keep looking at more VTubers
some other people
saying this stuff, and also look at some members of the game industry as well as game journalists.
Of course, journalists. And if it's not journalists, it's ambassadors.
I just want to really reflect here for a second. I spent a lot of time going through the comments
disgusting.
of this video, and I have to say I am very, very impressed with how people reacted to this video.
I mean, it'd be horrible if people
from all ends of the political spectrum, people from
didn't react to this in a positive way.
That'd
be horrible.
Violence over politics is too far. And I'm glad people got there and made that realization together, but I'm not surprised that people were doing that in the comments of my video.
Yeah,
so what
it's
did we
obvious.
talk about? Well, a lot of VTubers, like these ones right here, making disgusting
I've seen these. We've seen these in the last video. Oh,
from a VTuber
there's a new one.
Pepper. So what is Pepper up to? Well, she made this tweet saying this. Oh, right. Since my timeline won't stop and I just saw a similar post, I want to say something about that assassination attempt yesterday. I think they should have had better aim. I'm all for game-ending people who shouldn't be in power. We British people have done similar many times.
Yeah, but you British people... Poor Teddy Roosevelt. Poor Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, these people are nuts. These people are absolutely nuts. Mentally ill. These people are mentally ill.
So this person is openly saying that not only should Donald Trump have been actually assassinated on Saturday, they're also saying they are
These people
all
are mentally
for
ill.
game-ending people that they believe shouldn't be in power. Totally mask off. And they would go even further saying this. Basically, I'm saying some people deserve it. Project 2025 could
Project 2025. These people are absolutely delusional.
Votes and ban abortions nationwide. From what I've seen,
these people are in the Lululand. These people live in the Lululand.
I will go over there and help.
What
myself.
The actual
This is
fuck?
Absolutely insane. People like this are so delusional.
This is ridiculous.
Is so delusional that they're living in an episode of The Handmaid's Tale, okay? They really think these things are going to happen, that women are going to lose their right to vote if
they live in the Lululand.
President. That is absolutely insane. And also this mention of Project 2025, I just want to share this funny DM I got. Some people were a little...
Also, didn't they say that they would help themselves in this case? So essentially they said they would pull up and do it themselves. I think you should put them on a list honestly, these people should not be on social media. They are actually a threat to society. Also, you're not going to help yourself. You're not. You tweet this in the comfort of your home while being greasy and haven't showered in a year. Oh, this looks interesting. This seems like a DM.
Angry about my video yesterday. You know, the video where I condemned political violence. This person said, bro, F you, hypocrite, and F Project 2025, effing Nazi. You make lolicons look like garbage. As a left-wing lolicon myself. Wow.
Being a Nazi is, hey, don't kill your political opponents, is being a Nazi. Guess we're all Nazis now. Oh my god. Who raised these people? Where are your parents? Where's your mother? Where's your father? You probably don't even have a father. Since when is being a Nazi being against deleting your political opponents? Have we devolved this much? Oh my god. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Thanks for sharing
Continue.
all that. Yeah, that's a new one. I've been called a Nazi for 5,000 different
I've
reasons.
also
that
been
don't
called
make any
that.
sense, but hey, at least this
And
one's
other
a
things.
new one, right? Condemning political violence is apparently a core tenet of the Nazi Party.
It now is?
Back to the VTuber in question here.
Oh
Pepper,
god,
the only thing they
no.
would actually respond to when they're being very heavily criticized
She
for the comments
only
about the situation,
responded to
this was the only thing
that?
they replied to. Someone calling them fat. That was the only thing they felt was important enough to respond to by showing a picture.
Sure, you're not fat, but you also are heavily filtered. Like, look at all these filters. You may not be fat, but you're probably ugly. To be fair, if you have to also, seems a little insecure if somebody says you're fat and then you have to immediately respond that you're not with pictures of yourself from TikTok with pictures that are heavily filtered. Yeah. You may not be fat, but you're definitely insecure about your looks. Let's continue.
To disprove that. They don't care that they're being labeled as this crazy person who's encouraging violence against people they don't
mentally
agree with.
not even crazy, just mentally ill. Bring back asylums.
Their physical appearance. That is absolutely insane. And like I said, we're gonna see many
Grums. Hello, Grums.
From all walks of life getting in trouble for this stuff. Let's focus on a new
let's get into the gaming stuff. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Ambassador for Smite encourage Trump shooter to try again since taken down. And
why is it always some kind of ambassador?
Was faked. Yes.
What even is what is the
ambassadors? It's always ambassadors to whether it's Twitch, games, what have you, who say the most unhinged stuff with this,
of course, her
in their bio. It's like showing up to a public space wearing your work uniform and then saying a bunch of crazy stuff. It is a terrible idea. But here's what they said. In a now deleted tweet, they said, if at first you don't succeed,
oh my god.
A very unsubtle encouragement of people doing more violent
Let me read this by myself. This is so staged though, and going to be very effective. Somebody died. This is definitely staged. There is now a wife without a husband, and I think a daughter without a father. Great. That's interesting. The funny part is, I would trade in her life for this man's life immediately, because this man was a firefighter, so he provided way more to society than somebody sitting at Twitch or at Smite and being an ambassador. To be 100% clear, I absolutely believe the target of today's shooting would sacrifice his own supporters to further his candidacy. I think that is the ultimate tragedy behind the Trump grift. He does not care about the people who have made him who he is. Who cares, really? Who cares anyway? Celebrities don't care about their fans. Politicians don't care about their fans. You probably don't care about your Twitch followers. Smite doesn't care about their player base. Are you gonna say something about that? You obviously don't care about people you basically don't know, whether they are your viewers or your voters. That is not something that is unique to Trump. That goes for every company. Oh my god, these people behave like they are the most moral people on earth. They behave like they are angels. Yeah, this is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. At the time I made this initial tweet, you shouldn't have made the initial tweet regardless. I had seen that no one was seriously injured. Knowing now that 2 died, I regret using flippant language, but I do not believe it is wrong to speculate about the political implications of an assassination attempt. Yeah, the problem is that one was an actual victim, the other one was the shooter. It kind of seems like you are sympathizing with the shooter. Yeah, that's not a good look. Let's see what Riff has to say about this.
Encouragement of people doing more violent acts like they did on Saturday. And then they said this. This is so staged, though, and going to be very effective, which is a straight-up conspiracy theory. This is straight-up misinformation. Like, this is
Get your
straight-up
ads.
misinformation. Like, this is crazy that they would say this. But they would go further and say, to be 100% clear, I absolutely believe the target
Get your
of today's
tinfoil
shooting
head.
would sacrifice his own supporters to further his candidacy. I think that is the ultimate tragedy.
Like I said, who wouldn't?
Trump grift. He does not care about the people who have made him who he is. At the time I made this initial tweet,
this is ridiculous.
I had seen that no one was seriously injured in the shooting today. Knowing now that 2 died, I regret using
Should probably
language,
waited.
but I do believe it is wrong to speculate about the political implications of an assassination attempt. By the way, they're saying 2 people died. One of them was the shooter, by the way. And they're seemingly expressing some sort of sympathy for that. That's very interesting. But yeah, in reaction to all this, they have privated their account like everyone else does.
Stunning and brave.
They say the most out-of-pocket stuff on Twitter.
Stunning and brave.
They receive any criticism, they immediately run and hide. So now we're going to move on to the next section of this video, the games journalists who had
as usual, game journalists.
And it
the worst kind of people.
To see these familiar faces like Alyssa Mercante.
Yeah, I've seen her plenty of times.
Who had this initially to say, making jokes about the shooter, and Mark Kern saying, "Did you tweet and delete these?" tagging her on Twitter right here. And the funny thing is, I don't have an issue with these particular.
I mean, she's making fun of the shooters, so I guess it's fine.
Totally fair game.
Really don't care. Make fun of the dude.
They would start tweeting and then immediately change course, as Mark Kern would point out. They would make a few tweets on the situation and all of a sudden delete everything. And then instead of actually tweeting, they would just spam retweets, basically sharing their thoughts through other people.
Yeah, obviously. Makes sense.
Getting criticism themselves. Sharing stuff like this, saying, "The dumbass who stared longingly into the sun during an eclipse stood up out of the Secret Service's protection for a photo op without knowing there were more shooters." And that is just complete misinformation. At that point, they knew the threat was neutralized. And when he put his fist up in the air, that was just to defy everything that was going on and to show strength. And I think it's really funny that Twitter people like this must think it's staged for someone to show toughness and bravery. They think it must be some sort of a dumb decision or something that's staged. But
yeah, that's because they hide behind their keyboards. They have no strength. They have no bravery. I wonder what these people would say if, like, they were back then when someone attempted to assassinate Teddy Roosevelt. I wonder would they have said the same thing? Probably, to be fair. Yeah, these people can only say this from the comfort of their home. They have no backbone in real life. If you would confront them in real life, they would be absolutely scared of you. If you were actually if they were actually confronted with someone in the actual life. But yeah, that's what these people are. They are stunning and brave until they get backlash. Then they need to go private or protected, or delete their account, or delete their tweets. Yeah, these people are absolutely terrible humans.
Anyways, Alyssa wasn't the only person at Kotaku who was doing this strategy of just retweeting other people's words. And Carolyn here, we've talked about it before,
So
would do the
scared to
same, retweeting
say
all
your
these messages,
own.
even saying,
So scared to say your own opinion. That's interesting. Not so stunning and brave after all.
retweeting a message that said that they don't care about Trump's health, basically being very flippant of this whole situation and acting like this entire assassination attempt was taking attention away from what's happening in Gaza, and they had an issue with that.
These are two separate issues. These are two separate issues. And technically, if we're being real, the whole left versus right thing is also just a distraction for what's really happening, which is essentially Marxism finding its way into companies. If you know what I'm talking about, like DEI, ESG, and Bridge. Interesting. You could also argue about other things, like the European football thing. Sports events are usually used to hide actual issues, or to make new laws. Nobody's complaining about that. But when somebody I don't like gets assaulted, that's just a distraction. Obviously. And set up. Boys and girls, get your tinfoil heads.
And on top of that, this is her latest retweet saying, political violence is when violence is done to a politician. Everything they cause is a different thing, and you shouldn't worry about it. That's a very strange thing to share after an attempted assassination.
I agree.
But anyways, let's move on to another person.
Yeah, these posts are protected as usual.
From Halo.
Yeah, and all the flags. Well. You know what's funny? These people have the rainbow flag, the trans flag, and the Palestinian flag in their name. But behold, they would get deleted in Palestine if they were actually going there and advocating for LGBTQ. Remember that. They are advocating for their enemies. Isn't that interesting?
Because they made this tweet saying,
also him, so obvious.
This much, when it's a school of children, we'd be a much safer place. So they're using this situation to virtue signal about gun rights.
If somebody wants to get rid of you, that does not matter whether or not you can get a gun. Because if you wanted a gun, even here in Germany, if you wanted a gun, you could get one. It might be much harder, but you could still get one. And if you don't have a gun, you can also resort to other things. There's some things like knives, whatever. Then you would resort to physical then well, obviously a gun is also physical violence, but like then you would resort to like physical on physical violence. You can do assassination attempts regardless. It does not matter whether it's a gun or if it's a knife. Here in Germany, we have a big issue with knives. In England, we have a big issue with knives. These people are done.
And this is the same person, we talked about this in a previous video, who made a tweet stating, I honestly don't think I could work on a game that glorifies
Ain't no
or
way, no.
fantasizes modern,
No,
modern
no,
guns,
no.
Call of Duty, Battlefield, RB6. I've had moments I've struggled with Halo, but the weapons and world is pretty sci-fi, which creates a large enough separation from
These people are definitely mentally ill. Imagine this. Imagine this. You have a meltdown because guns, weapons in video games look too realistic. Because you can't differentiate between fantasy and real life. Between fantasy and reality. Bro works for Halo. I assume. Bro. No offense. He works for Halo. And he even there almost has a meltdown. Because of the fiction of weapons. Who raised these people? Where are your parents? I'm going to come and get your parents. Good God. Let's continue.
Yeah, this is the person who's going to tell you about gun rights. The person who literally can't separate fiction from reality and has a meltdown if guns in a video game look a little too realistic. So this whole situation, the
Open
past
Twitter,
48 hours or so, has
open
been
Twitter,
very
they ruined
eye-opening. Like I said earlier,
real.
I think everyone here should take a look around. I'm probably not going to make
Yeah,
another video going through people making comments
I,
about the
I wouldn't
assassination attempt. I
too.
think you guys get the point. But
Oh
still be
my
vigilant. Go
God.
around. See what people are saying. Because VTubers, content creators, celebrities, what have you, they're all going completely mask off. They feel safe enough to say these completely unhinged and violent things.
Because,
And they
like I
think they're
said in
going
the
to get
last
away with
video,
it.
they
But
don't
a lot
face.
of them are playing their ukulele today. A lot of them are trying.
Like I said in the last video, that's because they face no repercussions whatsoever. They don't get punished by companies, they don't get punished by partners, they don't get punished by their very own viewers. Yeah, they themselves don't even realize that. What can you do? Like I said, these people are evil, and they're not hiding. You can catch them live in 4K. They don't hide. They are basically in plain sight. You can see them. They drop that information like it's nothing. Stay away from these people. Is all I can say. Stay away from them. Stay away from these content creators, these VTubers. Game journalists are nuts regardless, just like ambassadors. Like, you don't interact with that group regardless, because who needs game journalists, to be fair? There's content creators. Who needs game journalists? Who needs ambassadors? Who needs ambassadors? The role of an ambassadors is really weird. You're there to represent your company, your game, but and then you do politics. instead. My opinion in general is that you can cover politics as a VTuber. However, when you cover those politics, they should be rational and not biased to the point where you are wishing death upon people. Me personally, I think that content creators generally shouldn't cover politics if they have no idea what's actually going on, which most of these people really don't. They have no idea. I myself have no idea. But they don't either, which is why I don't comment on politics. Because I have no idea. But the difference is that these people talk about politics and have no idea. It's so messed up. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like I said, these people are actually mentally ill. They should be demonetized. Not banned, not removed, not censored, but definitely demonetized. Because people who are on the right would be demonetized for the same stuff. So yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, I think the situation will basically go into like nothingness. Because let's be real, since nobody's facing repercussions, things are going to go on just like normal, just like usual things on Twitter. I think I might also cover like the Hoyoverse shit, because that was interesting. I don't like Genshin Impact, but they are still based, regardless. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll leave the link to the video in the description and to Ref's channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.